Okay, so what's going on? We are heading to pick up our speed car that we put our money down, back in, I think it was April 2019 or 2020. It's been a while. It's been a 4-year wait, and it's an interesting day. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm concerned, I'm happy. It's been an emotional roller coaster, but trying to stay positive and hoping that we get this car and it's everything it should be. We just left King of the Hammers to come over here to Anaheim and pick up this car. So yeah, we're car number 491, and we're going to take you along the journey of going the speed, you know, checking out their facility, meeting whoever's there that we can talk to. Maybe Todd, Robbie will be there. I know Brandon, my sales guy, will be there. So yeah, we'll bring you in there, and we'll talk with all of them and see what we can learn, and we'll get this thing loaded up, get it back to RLB shop up in Northern California, and start the process of figuring out all the wiring and all the different things that we can develop for this car and get out to you guys, all you speed owners. And yeah, it's an exciting day. All right, Edward, service. All right, nice to meet you, Dave RLB.
Welcome to Speed UTV.
Let's go into Speed UTV and go see this car. Walking in. Lots of pretty cars. I like that color combination. Looks nice. 494. All up in the front.
David?
Yes. Brandon, nice to meet you. Brandon with Speed.
How's it going?
All right. Good. How you been?
Doing all right.
Pretty good?
For you guys, yep.
All right, so Brandon, he's been my sales guy for the last year or something. But who did I have first? I had, what's his name? Connor. Connor,
yep.
Which was great, and he's no longer here at Speed, but
Yep. So
Brandon took over, and he's done a great job, and
yeah,
been very communicative with me, so it's good.
Yeah.
So we're here to see cars.
Car.
Oh, there it is, right
Car's
in the
up
front.
here.
All right. Look at that. There she is. It's real. In the flesh.
Yep. You can touch it, feel it, see it.
Yeah, look at that. Damn. All right. Looks good. Like it. Oh, sorry. They do the stickers on the center console for radio intercom and all that, but we didn't order the radio and intercom because we're going to be designing a whole kit for that setup right there. We're going to take it back to the shop and go over every nut and bolt.
Yeah, you want a nut and bolt check?
Yeah, just kind of dial it all in, and I'm going to do a bunch of wire. We're going to put all of our products on it, RLB chase light and whips and our switch panel. We're going to wire up our own intercom and radio, awesome. And we're going to do a bunch of things and develop some products for these cars. So
I look forward to kind of seeing it.
Yeah.
Send me some pictures and everything.
Absolutely.
I'd like to see that. What we offer is great as a turnkey thing.
Yeah.
You guys want to put their spins on it, and
yeah.
You know, GG Lighting's been doing some stuff.
Yep. We know Cody well, GG Lighting.
So he's been doing some plates and some chase bars and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, no, we're excited to play with it and figure it all out. So So good. So what's the process from here?
So basically what I did, normally how it goes, right? Car comes in and we'll vet to make sure everything's on the car that's supposed to be, right?
Okay.
And then the few things that either weren't on the car, then we know, oh, we need to drop ship those directly to you guys.
Okay, cool, cool.
So
we're gonna go over everything, make sure everything's here per my build sheet.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then the other additional, you know, the skid plate that you guys have that you wanted to buy.
Yes.
I have it staged over there in the box.
Okay, so that's a good question on skid plate. I haven't seen the factory skid plates. Let's see if we can get under here and take a quick look. As honest, I didn't pay attention to all the cars I've seen at all the shows. I didn't pay attention to the factory skid plate. So, okay, so it does go all the way back from front to rear.
Yep.
Okay.
It is a full skid plate, but what I like to call it is more of like a, I want to say it's more of like a 3/16 glide plate, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't come up with the rocker panels like your new one will.
Right.
And it's not
it doesn't come.
It comes up. I like to say rockers, but it comes up here.
Yeah,
It basically sticks up here. Right now,
does.
this one stops here.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
So the new one will come up.
Okay.
And basically, the new one is a 5-piece design.
Right.
So you got your rear, your basically your rear motor transaxle gauge, right? That one.
Yep, yep.
And then there's two, one basically what we call the centers. They're both together.
Yep.
And then the front has a triangle piece.
Okay.
And then it goes up actually in the front here. It'll actually come up to the belly right here.
Yep.
So
Covers the front,
so basically,
yeah.
there's 3 plugs. I like to call them plugs 1, 2, 3, and then there's 3 pins here. So you do your corner turns.
Yep,
right?
yep.
I kind of have to shimmy this to where it pops out, and then we'll slide.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So you can access the back of the radio back here nice and clean, all the wiring's done, you got a main power.
Yep, so you can jump the car from this, right? Can't charge from this, there's a trickle charger built in. But you can jump from here, there's your bus bar. Here's one fuse panel.
Okay.
There's an additional fuse panel between the rear seats.
Okay.
That's also where the battery is.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, everything's all wired, pre-wired, pre-labeled.
Okay.
So for example, front light bar.
Yep.
Pre-wired, right? You use an SAE plug, it's already powered on.
Got it.
Same with, you know, if you guys are gonna do a radius bar.
Yep.
Right. That connection's in this corner.
Okay.
If you do mirror lights, that connection's in this corner.
Okay.
So one's here, obviously one's over there.
Gotcha.
And they're already tapped into the switches on the dash.
Okay. Cool.
And then also the one cool thing is because the way Rob and Todd did it, they tried to think like every accessory that we offer. But you get 2 keys now, right?
Okay.
One's going to be the valet key with the exclamation point triangle.
Okay.
Right, that's the
valet key. So that's the slow key. That's the key that if you want your kid to drive the car or whatever, it'll only go to
25 miles an hour.
25 miles an hour. Okay.
And after that, it'll bounce off like a speed limiter.
Yep.
It'll bounce up.
Okay.
So that one's the key that the valet. Then this is your standard key.
Okay.
There's nothing on the back.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So this is your 225 all around your driving key.
Okay.
Then when we do come out with that speed key, it'll be a third fob, just like that. But with the speed insignia on the back.
Cool. Cool.
And then the whole process to do that will be ethanol content, top end lube, all that stuff. So basically, all your lights, any accessory lighting, and headlights will be on your left side of the steering wheel.
Okay.
Right. So everything's
all lighting on the left side.
Yep. Okay. Everything's pre-wired. Right. Yep. So you'll have your roof, obviously your bumper, like I showed you, mirrors, and then the aux light. So the aux light is going to be, it's a combo. Okay. So aux light, the aux switch runs your work lights and the wheel wells. Okay. It'll run your chase bar.
Okay.
And it'll run the whips.
One switch would turn all that stuff.
3 accessories.
So you said rock lights, chase light, and also whips.
Yep, 1 or 2, depending on how you have them. So the way that we have designed it is, yes, they all run off one switch. So the way that we've designed our seat heaters, our light bars, other than these ones, and and one other item. They all have inline switches in them. Okay. But by default, they're always on.
Got it.
So that it is operating off of this.
So if you turn this one off, it's going to kill them all.
Kill them all.
Okay.
Yep.
And then if you turn this on, if you got all of them turned off in their respectful ways, then they'll still be off until you go and turn them on manually.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yep. So
Okay.
now obviously these are going to be your daytime low beam, high beam.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
you can't really see, but
Yep.
it's the whole halo with the
whole
Speed S.
halo. Yep.
And then low and then high.
Okay.
They are projectors.
Okay.
So I like the feature the lows stay on with the highs.
The lows. Okay. Oh,
So you
nice.
get twice the output.
Oh,
One
okay.
minute to cancel, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So-
So when you turn it on high, your lows stay on. You get
And your highs.
You're using both. That's really cool.
And you still
Yeah.
get the halo and the Speed S.
Okay. Hey man, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a little while. We're excited. Trying to get this thing back to the shop and start developing things for it.
What are you thinking of doing?
Oh, we chase lights. We're doing, we have a whole switch panel that goes in here. We might do something with the glove compartment. Yeah, I mean, we'll just kind of, once we get it, try to understand how you guys did all the pre-wiring stuff.
Wire's a
and-
piece of cake.
Yeah, so that's what we'll figure out once we figure that out, because all of our stuff is already plug and play. There is no wiring. You've kind of built into this car what we kind of do with our product for other cars, so it'll have to be a little bit different for these cars because you already got the wire in there, so we'll have to design it for your wire.
If you're going to run a switch panel, that's easy, right?
Oh yeah. Well, the switch panel is easy. Well, that's if somebody buys a switch panel. So the switch panel's an accessory on top of everything else we sell, because everything we sell comes plug and play, ready to go with its wire harness and a rocker switch all done, but you've kind of got all that here, so.
I'll tell you it's easy. Everything on this car is a battery tender plug.
Yeah.
I'll show you something too.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'll do one on the one without it. I'll do it on yours with the windshield.
Sure.
The windshield's a little tricky to get off. Hoods are a little tricky, but you don't have a bumper, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So, give you some other helpful pointers here. So, we built you a bus bar here.
Yep.
Right.
That. Yep.
So that's kind of old school, right? You can
Right.
You can do anything you want there, but anything you wanted to add.
Right.
But everything else, if you wanted to plug in to the, now you can get me on finding it. There you go. Well, that's rock lights.
Rock lights. I saw the front light one
there you
right
go.
here, right?
Yeah, it's a front light bar. It's just a battery tender.
Yeah.
And since we've already ran it to the plug, you don't need to put a fuse or anything. It's all done. All you do is plug in, and then that switch on your dash is done, right?
That's a big point. That not only is the plug there to make it plug and play, but it's already going to the fuse box, so it's protected by a fuse as well.
And all
so
your
that's great.
fuses are up here for all your accessories.
Okay.
And then
Great.
this is your accessory. So the only trick on this is this does not turn on unless your ignition's on.
Right. That's what I understand. I've been told that. So this is accessory power.
Accessory power.
Got it.
So if you built an isolator,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yep.
if you wanted it,
Alan Norrish.
if you wanted to run an isolator, run a different battery system, or also
Yep.
kept everything independent,
Yep.
then you can isolate off this as well.
So here's my thoughts, and this is just my own opinion with switch panels on the steering wheel. I mean, you're a race car driver, you're railing through what you're doing. I mean,
I'm
trying
not touching
to. Well, yeah, you're not touching it exactly. You
Try
got
to turn the light on when you're doing 100.
Yeah, but it's the driver, like in a recreational vehicle. I just
Don't see
I
it.
don't know. Like, so now you know your lights are over here on the top left. Well, when you turn the wheel, now your lights are over there on the top. I don't know. We won't build a product that actually puts the switch panel on a steering wheel, but that's just because I don't know, it just doesn't make sense for me to.
I'll tell you what I hear from a lot of our customers, and if you can figure it out. I
Yeah.
saw this on ECU Masters did this on a Can-Am. They circumvented the ignition button, so they were able to put the PDM became a new start button.
Okay.
So our car, the tricky thing with our car is our UTV actually is more like a car in its functionality. The key locks the ignition instead of locking the door, but you can lock the ignition, right?
Okay.
The key you have 3 different keys with this car.
Right.
Each one picks up a different map, right? So the key, we have multiple, you have a PDK, you have a PDM, you have an ECU, you have all these different modules
Right.
that all have to communicate.
Okay.
So you can find a way to bypass the key, which would be, I think a lot of people would love.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is now, I have it back to old school, right?
Right.
I don't know how to do that because if you don't activate the PDK,
Right.
it's not going to turn
No,
on.
I see what you're saying.
right? But
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of people would be just like, hey, I don't want a key for my car.
Right,
I just
right,
want
yeah.
to get in and push the
Push
Push
and
the
then maybe a
button.
master kill just kills the whole car. Yeah.
Right, and I don't know how to do that without activating the PDK.
Okay.
That would
I
be
like that.
cool.
I like that. That's an idea.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys are like, can I get 2 or 3 keys with the same map? I can't because I can only load a one map for 92 octane, one map for 85. So I don't.
Okay, so that's a good point. If you lost your key, what do you do in that circumstance?
I've seen a lot of people, call us.
Oh, really? That's what's happening. So it's already happening.
No, I've had like one or two guys.
Yeah,
that, you replace their keys for them. You lose your key on any car, it
Yep.
doesn't run.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But
So
you can't hotwire our car.
right. So then, in that particular situation, how quickly would it take to get another key? Or
Same day.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. All
And
right.
if you have both keys with you, like the valet key or the speed key or whatever, this car still runs.
That's true, right. If you got the other's key, right. All right. Well, I mean, most of the other cars out there, the Polaris, Can-Am, whatever, you got a key to start those as well, so.
And Can-Am's all around, so.
Yeah.
Just tricky
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
Cool.
know who's going to do the rest of
Yeah,
the
we're gonna do a
great
full, we're finishing the full walk around here,
stuff. Electronics,
so,
good
yeah.
to see what you come out with.
Yeah, hey, I
Awesome.
appreciate you
Appreciate it. Thanks
coming
for
out
applying.
and talking to us, and yeah, we're gonna get this thing out, we're gonna get it back, we're gonna go over the whole car and nut and bolted, put all our products on it, and then go out and get it out there. It'll be at all the shows and in our booth and whatnot. So,
Send me some pics.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a pleasure. You guys
Yeah,
are good.
man. All right,
Thanks
Doc.
again.
Hey, thank you.
got it.
Appreciate it.
So I'll just let you push the buttons and you can explain it. I'll just sit
Okay.
here and,
Yeah.
and watch it.
So like I said,
Alright.
this is going to be your default screen, right?
Okay.
Every time you turn the ignition on, this will be the screen that come on.
Okay. So blinking. You can give me a full tank of gas. What's this, man?
Hey, you're lucky you got two lines. So that'll be your default screen, right? Each screen's going to have similar characteristics to it, right? It's going to show similar data.
Yep.
But as you go down the screens, you'll get more and more, and I'll
Okay.
show you guys that. But
Okay.
basically, you got 5 buttons here. The
5
mode
buttons.
one.
Okay.
The mode's going to change the screen.
Okay.
And so this is what we like to call our sports screen, right? Because
Okay.
it gives you everything that, like all your digital bundle
Okay.
package, right?
Okay.
So for example, that you'll have your TPMS sensors on your right side,
Okay.
right? Your
Yep.
gyro meter, which was part of that digital bundle.
Yep. The
And then-
gyrometer. Okay. Yep.
And then in the left side, you'll have your belt temp sensor,
Okay.
and then it'll go water temp, engine temp, and then
Got it.
boost, battery, and then oil pressure.
Okay. And I'm sorry. You call this show what? Just your main page, the first page.
Yeah, the first page, and then this is what I like to call the sports page.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it kind of gives you all of your kind of main data that you want to look at, right?
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay.
So, and then the next page will be a phone pairing page. So you
Okay.
can actually have the map. So you connect, you'll scan that with a QR code, download an app,
Okay.
and then you can mirror certain features from your phone to that screen.
So what app are you downloading?
So it's called Moto Fun Unlimited.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
owner's manual to be able to download, but when you scan that, it'll come up in the App Store or the whatever the Google Play Store.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, and then you could what? Maybe like Onyx or something like that.
So I've done it with my personal car to where I had Leave Nav downloaded.
Oh, you
right?
did?
And,
Leave Nav, okay.
But screen mirrors your phone, so it's gonna basically do whatever you have on your phone.
Got it.
When you use the Moto Fun, depending on if you have an iPhone,
Yep.
there's the Android phones have more options
Okay.
because it was
Yep.
kind of developed for Android first, then
Got
iPhone
it.
second.
Got it.
But there is a map feature within that app.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
So, but basically, this will be your third screen, right?
Mhm.
And now, as you've gotten more, you'll get more data, right? So
Yep.
now you have rear diff temp. You'll have a digital readout of what 2 4-wheel drive, 4
Yep,
lock,
yep, yep.
and then your rear diff or your front diff temp,
Okay.
fuel pressure, and then that's when your ethanol content is.
Okay. Fuel pressure. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And then as we go along,
You got boost on there too. There was
same.
Boost. Why did it say there was boost on there when?
So this is atmospheric pressure.
Okay.
Yep.
No- oh, okay. Got it.
Yep,
Got it.
yep.
Okay.
Same thing, another screen mirroring phone, so that's
Okay.
where your phone would be.
Okay, yep.
And then now you got a tack,
Okay.
on the left side,
Okay.
and then a little bit more, just different kind of
Different
function,
ways
right?
of
Exactly.
displaying some of the same information,
Correct.
essentially. Okay. All right.
Then as you go to the next one, this is where the other feature of the digital bundle package, right, is your cameras.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, they're pointed down, they're not pointed straight because it's
Okay.
more of like, blind drop-ins for bowls, dunes.
Sure.
stuff like
Right.
that,
Right.
rock
Yeah.
crawling.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. So those would come on at any time you go to screen, cars running, whatever.
Yes.
It'll stay on until you change to the next screen or
Yep.
whatever.
Or you shut the car off.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yep.
All right.
And then the next one is the rear, right? So your rear is because you have the 2 rectangle storage.
Yes.
And the
Right.
the crescent.
Got
plus
it.
the spare tire.
Yep.
Right, it's
So right now, so what he said here is the tailgate is down, so the tailgate is kind of making a bad picture. What is it pointing at? Oh, it's like putting at, hey, there, if you want to look at your suspension, the rear trailing arms.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay, so our tailgate is down right now, and that's where the camera is, in the tailgate.
Correct.
So that's why it's pointing straight down. But if we had the tailgate closed, you would see, is it pointing straight behind?
Back.
It's
Yep.
straight back, okay.
So you'll be able to see everything behind you.
Okay,
And
great.
then the next screen is basically that same, they're just side by side.
Oh, nice.
So you can drive in every screen that's there. Right?
Copy.
So you could drive like that if you needed to.
Great, okay. That's awesome.
And then the next 2 screens are pretty much service screens. Right?
Okay.
We have plans for these just at a future date. But
Okay.
same kind of readout as screen 3, right?
Okay,
Your front
yep.
diff, rear diff, dual drive, ethanol content.
Yep.
Sort of thing.
Okay.
And then the same one, right? Say it's another information screen.
Okay.
That we're going to plan on, releasing things
Okay.
in a future date.
Okay. What are all the other buttons?
So basically, it's going to be a set, right? So
Yep.
if you hold it, you're going to be able to set your time.
Okay.
These are toggles, right, to increase hour, minutes, things
Got
like
it,
that.
got it, okay.
And then the select would be, if you hold it down, you could go from, miles an hour to kilometers.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay, so kind of a mode button that changes different modes and stuff like that.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Cool. Easy. All right.
So
Good.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
basically, this is kind of the screen that we like to.
Yeah, this is the sports screen, you call it. It's got all your information on there, pretty much everything you're going to. This is the screen you're most likely going to be in at all times, until you're using cameras and whatnot, is the way I see it. So,
Correct. Correct.
All right, or if you're mirroring.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
see how that works. So okay, cool.
So yeah. So
right.
other than the digital readout of what gear you're in, or not
Yep.
what gear you're in, but I mean
Yep.
that too, but your front,
Yep.
four-wheel drive
Yep.
lock.
Yep.
This whole kind of that picture is going to change.
Got
so
it.
you're in two-wheel drive now. Once you go into four-wheel drive, the front the front tires will have a circle around it,
Yep.
and then when you're four-wheel drive lock, it'll be an X.
Got it. Okay.
And then
Cool.
the next screen, like I said, it'll tell you what it is versus show you a picture.
Got it. And I've got the digital bundle here, so it gives you the tire pressure management or tire management on there. So it gives you the PSI and also temperature of the tires. Yeah, which is interesting. Never had that on an off-road car before, so that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. All right. What are we moving on to next?
So basically, the next thing I'm going to tell customers is pretty much show them, right? Everybody's interested to hear about the shifter.
Yes, the shifter. Let's talk about that. Yeah, because I honestly have no idea how that works at this moment, although I have had a sequential shifting vehicle in the past and understand the engagement of gears between gears, but I haven't seen a demonstration on a Speed yet.
Okay. So everything it goes park, reverse, neutral, which is
Okay.
what we're in right now, and then 1, 2, 3.
Park,
And then
reverse.
the same
Okay.
backwards, right?
Okay.
1, forward. And
is that marked?
Yeah,
it is
all
marked.
marked.
Okay, it is all marked in
So you
there.
can kind of see, right?
Got it.
You're going
Okay.
to be going up in gear this way, going down in gear all the way to park. Forward.
Okay.
What we like to tell customers is we want you to utilize the actual spring in the shifter. Right?
Okay.
So you're neutral now.
Yep. Got it.
That's how we want people to go into gear. Right?
Got it.
Don't jam it into gear. Let the spring and the ratchet
Got it.
do its work.
Sequential.
Yep.
That's exactly. Okay. Cool.
So,
Yep.
But no, that's that for this. And then four-wheel drive.
Yep.
You do need to be moving.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Oh, you do need to be moving. Okay.
yes,
Good
you
to know.
need to be moving.
In putting it in everything, whether
Yes.
it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive lock, you
Correct.
want to be slightly moving.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the way that we needed to do is because the gears need to align. They are straight cut gears, so you
Yep.
have to be moving.
Got it.
You also, depending on the terrain or whatever, you kind of need to rock the steering wheel back
Sure.
and forth, right, to align the gears.
Yep.
So what I normally do is, I'll put it in first, and I'll creep forward with a little bit of load.
Yep.
And a little bit of pressure on this, and
Little
then
bit.
you'll feel it go right into the gear. That you
Okay.
want, right?
Okay. Cool. Okay.
And then to get it out of gear, what we've done is you can sometimes be basically moving backwards, right? In reverse.
Yep.
And then same thing, apply pressure. You might need to shake the tires back and forth with the steering
Okay.
wheel. And
And you'll
it just
feel
comes
it.
right out.
You'll feel it go. Okay.
You'll
Cool.
feel it engage and disengage.
Plus, you'll see on your cluster here that it should
Correct.
also disengage or engage, depending on what you're doing. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
But beyond that, I mean, other than, you got your glove box here.
Yeah, how does the glove box work? You got 2 quarter turns, it looks like?
quarter turns just like the hood.
Yep, okay,
And
just
then,
like the hood. Oh, that's large.
Yep.
Very
yep.
large.
So for you, right, you got these air pumps in there for the 2 air cushions that you have. In
Oh,
the front.
right. We got air cushions on this. Right.
So you can utilize those. There's also a way that if you lose one, you forget to, then you can still, change the pressure in the air.
Gotcha. So this will pump up your seat air cushions. So we ordered the car with 2 of them. So in the driver and passenger seat, you can add or decrease air for comfort.
Correct.
Really excited to play with those and see how those work.
Yeah. And then the rest of this stuff is you have bumpers on your car.
Yep.
So for whatever reason, you get rid of them.
Yep.
Right? You don't want holes in the.
Yeah.
These are the bumper plugs.
Okay.
Right? So the back and the front.
Okay.
So they'll just go in lieu of where those holes would be.
Got it.
Which
this car does not have a front bumper.
It has the rear.
It has the rear.
Yep. So those are the rear.
Those are just the rear.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Just the rear.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
And these are the tall, wide seats, right?
Yes. So you can see the way that you would be able to determine if you got wides, right, is you can see the flare out in the bolster here.
The flare out, the angle.
And then obviously the headrests.
Yes.
Right?
Tall.
Yep.
Yep.
So we offered the standard.
I'm 6'2", so.
Yep. So we offered the standard wide, and then the tall wides.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So the seats fit you exactly where it should.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah. I sat in them quite a few times at different shows, and I figured this was the size for me again. I'm 6'2" and about 215 pounds, so I got long legs, I got long arms. They fit in here pretty good. I got the seat as far back as it'll go right now, and I mean, I'm pretty comfortable in this position. Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, you might even be able to get another maybe inch.
Oh, you can? I could even get a little bit more?
No, the stops.
Oh,
take
the stops off.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you can take the stops off.
Okay, that's good to know. I might actually do that. It would stretch me out a little bit more, but even in this position, I'm fairly comfortable, so I don't feel cramped. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
The other thing we like to tell customers, especially with the window nets, right?
Yep.
Most customers probably have never had window nets in their car.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's 2 different ways driver and passenger can do it, right?
Okay.
We don't want customers really pulling on the wire.
Yep.
It'll fray. So,
Stretch.
I mean, if you're strapped in, you can pull on the ram to come in
Okay.
and then grab the bottom of the frame.
Okay.
And even on that same side, right, you're gonna have to. You can pull the wire and disengage the pin.
Yep.
And then
Pull
it up, and you might have to shimmy it
re-engage
to
it.
put it back in, right?
Now, are those adjustable, or is it one size? It looks like it's one size fits all. You cannot make these tighter or looser. Okay.
Yeah. So you'd have to recut them.
Yeah, recut them and put. It looks like just like an eye ring on. I mean, it'd be pretty simple. It looks like it's just got an eye ring there, or a eye term. What are they called? An eye ring. Yeah, that'd be an eye ring.
Yeah.
Almost like an electrical eye ring. You just cut that off and redo it if you started to get some slack from pulling these over and over again.
Yep. And then it's really, I mean, right.
Oh yeah,
really
super simple.
boom,
Yeah,
in and out.
nice.
So-
Nice. I like it. Yeah, the mechanism and the way that they're all clamped on here is really nice, clean. Yeah, looks good. All right.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Yeah. The other thing that we kind of skipped over in the beginning was that, right, your cam lock, your seatbelt.
Yep.
Right? Yours has the safety feature, right? The driver
Okay.
has the wire that is on the bottom of that latch.
Okay, so let's take a look at these because I was kind of interested in checking these out. Okay, so go ahead, explain what you're talking about here. Wire.
Yeah, so there's a wire attached to that specific, the driver cam lock, right?
Yep.
Most competitors have the same thing, right? They have a safety feature built in.
Yep.
Right? If your
Yep.
seatbelts aren't all latched, then it'll
Yep.
bounce off the speed limiter.
Okay.
Same thing that we have. So all of the belts need to be connected.
Okay.
Right? And
Oh, a wire. You're talking about a plug that will not allow the car to go fast unless you're completely buckled in. Okay, got it. Yeah.
and so what will happen is once that's all connected, then the 2 warning lights that will go away
Yep.
is going to be your seatbelt on the right hand side,
Okay.
at least on this screen.
Yep.
And then basically your chassis warning light, right? The red triangle.
Gotcha.
That
Gotcha.
will go away.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So the way these operate is you pull them to the right to disengage, I'm guessing. And that would be that'd be clockwise, right? Okay, you can feel it clicks in place.
And it also locks if you're just trying to lock it and then pull out too. So it'll lock in the disengage
Gotcha.
release, I guess.
Okay, so I've got it disengage and I feel like it locks that way too.
Yep.
So is that to engage?
Yeah. No, so basically, yeah, so if you have it engaged,
I got it turned all the way to
so if it's straight
counterclockwise.
down, right, with the bottom,
Yep.
then that's gonna be locked. So then you can just start slamming in each seat belt, okay?
So at the bottom, so I got it on the bottom, and it locks in, okay, cool.
Yep.
Very simple. So I just put the lever completely straight down. And where's the third one? There we go. Okay, so I'm locked in. All right. So then to disengage is a pull to the right.
Yep.
And that just immediately disengages everything. And then when you go all the way and lock it?
It's the same thing. It just basically disengages what I'm going to call, like, the levers of the dogs that are holding those clevises in. Got it.
Just keeps it unlocked. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Pretty simple. I mean, they get in and out of that pretty quick. Are these a true 2-inch belt?
You know what? I haven't measured one myself.
I mean, it doesn't look like it to me, but my measurements could be off. I mean, it's close. And then non-removable pads, it looks like they're sewn in.
Okay. The one thing that customers, we like to tell customers is they're not like the old school style straps, right? It's super simple the way that these
Yes,
like you don't have to be wedged on it because then you will pull out the spring.
Right, so what you're talking about is usually the red tab. You pull up on the red tab. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, these are very nice. I'll put a plug out to PRP because they have the same style latch. And that's a really good belt, and so you just depress in the middle there and it slides really nicely, which I love that.
So that is
that's
one thing
great.
that Robbie likes to tell customers. You don't need a whole lot of pressure on it.
No, you don't at all. So all 4 belts do that. That makes it a lot easier to adjust the belts to your proper setting. So cool. All right. What else?
Yeah, I would say
Do a quick walk around?
Yeah, I would say the exterior to go over your storage and stuff like that.
All right. I'm just gonna watch out for that window, Nick, because it's definitely gonna give you a headache if you hit it. All right.
So in your specific build, right, you went with the 3 storage options that we have.
Correct. Yep.
So crescent, and then your 2 rectangles.
Yep.
The only configuration you can have with all 3 is obviously what you're looking at right
Tire
here.
in the
Tailgate
middle.
down.
And this will fit a 35 in this same configuration once I put 35.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, it will. But basically, you got your whole break-in kit.
Okay,
right?
what do we got here? We've got some VP. This is oil, so there's a 15W50, and this must be tranny oil, I'm guessing.
That's front diff and
front
rear trans.
Okay, front diff and rear trans oil. Okay, great. So you got 3 of those. 4 quarts. That's an oil filter, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Right there. Okay. Air filter.
Yep.
Okay, and then belt.
Yes.
So I got a question for you about these belts.
Okay.
Again, just some things I've heard. I don't know the facts. You may not even know the facts, but is this the same exact belt that comes on the car?
It is not.
Okay, it is not. Okay, great.
So this is what we call our performance belt.
Okay.
Right? The belt that's on there is more of our standard break-in, all-around belt. Right?
Okay.
So this is going to grab the sheaves faster, harder, quicker because it is a thicker, or not thicker, but stronger, harder, more belt. So the one that's on it right now is just a little bit more softer compound.
And what's the reason for that? Why didn't you just put the same belt? You know the answer? Okay.
No, I do not.
That'd be a good answer. That'd be a good question for us to figure out and try to, because I don't quite understand why there would be a different compound belt as a break-in belt. That's something kind of new. But but I'm glad you cleared that up because I've heard different things and I wasn't sure if that were the case or not. I thought it was kind of odd, but okay, so now we know. All right, so you're gonna want to put this thing on when you do the oil. I mean, that really the belt that's on there is a break-in belt.
let's
yeah,
call
I mean,
it.
I would, if you want to call it that, I'm not sure I would call it that, but I know that it is a different belt than what we consider that being our performance belt. Right?
Okay.
So the belt that's on, it's going to be a little probably easier on the springs and the clutches and stuff.
Okay.
So with your break-in kit, we want you to go to 250 miles.
250 miles.
Then you do the full kit.
Okay.
So that belt on there will be a little bit softer on
Yep.
the clutches, but it also allowed to break in the clutches. So I
Gotcha.
guess in easier terms, then yeah, that probably would consider it a break-in belt.
Okay.
So.
Are you familiar with the clutch tool that to remove the primary on your guys' system? 'Cause
I'm
I know you.
familiar
I
with
saw
it.
that you offer one now. Is that any different than the thread pattern and anything that's out there?
I don't know if it's the same thread pitch
Okay.
pattern as what's out there.
Okay.
We do have, the clutch for the primary.
Yep.
But I do not know if the thread pitch is the same as
Okay.
what is out there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Slide that in there. Close that. So these all close. They latch. I like these little rubber deals here. You got little tabs on. Looks like all four corners or all front. Oh no, that one has it on all four corners.
Yep.
I noticed these tabs right here where you could actually put a lock.
Yeah, you could probably lock them, or if you wanted a hard
Zip tie or
Yep.
yeah, something if you were concerned about these things coming open. I mean, looking at this mechanism and the way that feels pretty secure. I don't see
Yeah.
these things prematurely opening up. But hate to lose that $1,000 speed toolkit that I got if it were in there.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Close those all up.
And then obviously
Good
right, your spare tire to hold down.
Yep.
Right.
So this guy, it just screws in. I mean, pretty
Yep.
self-explanatory. And I think you have multiple locations. So if I took these out, I can move the tire over here, move the crescent, I can move it over here.
Correct.
There's, I think, 3 different locations you can
Correct.
do that.
So like
Okay.
similar to this, right? It doesn't have a spare tire. But
Yeah.
all the holes are drilled and everything for you to move the tire.
Yeah, so the tailgate's closed, where in this configuration, the tailgate's open.
Yes. Yeah, and the other thing too is I've had a couple customers that have the same setup,
Yep.
but they just removed the rear tailgate.
That's what I was just about to say. If I keep this setup, I would remove the tailgate, but the camera's in
So
there.
the one thing that the camera is, it's hard to see right here, but the
Yeah.
camera is actually, if you want to
Yeah, let's look at this car over here.
this is actually where the camera is.
Okay,
So it's
alright.
not built into the tailgate. It's just
Okay.
in yours, right? It's impeding the view because that tailgate was down.
Oh, okay. So great. So it's on this trimmer. So if you remove the tailgate, you're still gonna have. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, because my brain was already going like, okay, I got to relocate that camera to somewhere else. But perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
And
Great.
then, I mean,
What else?
For your build, other than the right, you got the our roof rack.
Oh yeah. So let's go over the build sheet. Make sure we got everything. All right. I'll let you do it. You go down the list.
Yeah. So everything highlighted, right? Your digital bundle package, which we already went over.
We already went
right?
over that. Yep.
Your break-in kit, which you saw
Break-in
everything in
kit,
there.
yep.
Then you got your crescent box.
Crescent box is this guy here. Yep.
And then you got your 2 air cushions.
Yep. 2 air cushions under the seats.
Your roof rack.
We'll got to verify that.
Yeah.
Roof rack. Okay.
Yep. And then your windshield,
Yep.
your spare tire with the RG black wheel,
Yep.
your spare tire mount,
Mm-hmm.
then your window nets,
Window nets.
and then I have your black and gray, the heat and sound.
The
that is
heat
coming.
sound's coming. They didn't have it, but he's got it actually coming right now, so
Yep.
we'll be able to
and
leave
it's,
with
it's,
it.
it's really, really, if you can
Yeah, do we
follow a
have one
sticker-
to show that's on one of these cars? We could just show just what it is. Yeah, there it is right there. So hopefully the concept here, the theory here is that you get a little sound deadening, quiet up the car. Goes on the rear seats as well as the back firewall. You can see it on the back firewall back there. I mean, I would think that would help a little bit, especially the firewall with a little bit of sound deadening, a little bit of noise deadening. So cool. So that's what I got coming, the
Yes.
whole kit, and I mean it's as simple as put it. So are all the holes already
Everything.
cutting it and
Yep.
everything?
Yep.
Okay. So we can easily install that back at the shop, no problem.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Really, really
It
simple.
looks good too. I mean, I think it looks really
Yeah,
good.
no.
Especially with this car, it's gonna look really good. It's
Yeah.
gonna match perfect. So
Gray and everything.
yeah.
So the
All right.
next thing would be obviously your rear bumper, right?
Okay.
That's
Yep.
under
Rear
there.
bumper. Yep.
And then your 2 rear rectangle storage.
Yep. 2 rectangle storage. I added those later. I saw them at the show, and I thought, you could put a lot of different things in all this configuration to do a long trip in Baja, a long trip anywhere. So originally I only had the crescent box, and then I realized that, these are probably a good call to add to the whole kit. So
Yeah,
with
you got ample storage.
Yes, ample storage. Yeah, with the roof rack, which probably will never use, but the whole theory of me running this thing and what we're going to do with it is when we do camping trips and not so hardcore desert trips, that we'd be able to strap everything up here and take it. 9/10 of the time, this isn't even going to be on the car. In most cases, we'll only put it on. We're going to use it for, you know, adventures with the family.
drive it like a trophy truck, plan on prepping it every 1,000 miles. If you drive it like a pre-runner, you'll drive 5,000 miles and then change some rod ends and do stuff like that.
Yeah, great man, thank you.
Have
All
fun.
right,
Enjoy.
we'll see you at the show. Hey, good luck this weekend, huh?
Thank you.
All right. All right, so here we are, man. We got this thing on our stack light trailer. Anybody's interested in these dual car carrying trailers, Stacklight is one of our partners. We can get you set up and help get any information about this trailer. But we got the 491 up on the trailer. Checkout went really nice. PDI went good. Brandon was awesome. Got to talk to Todd. Yeah, so we got this thing all loaded up, and we're gonna head to Northern California, tear this thing apart, and get it ready for the dirt. So we'll see you then. Finally made it back to Northern California, back to RLB shop. We got the Speed car 491. We're about to unload, get it in the shop. It was a long 1,000 miles in 3 days. It was cool. We got to go to King of the Hammers. We got to meet with Robbie. We talked to Todd. You know, we got to go see the whole facility. They were awesome. They really helped us out. They gave us all the information we were looking for. Yeah, we're really pumped about this car. We're gonna start making some product for it, get it out to the public. So let's get this thing off the trailer, into the shop, and start developing some new product for it. So stay tuned.